What up, YouTube? FD White back with another episode of FDY Invest. Welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. So I know a lot of you are here for one person only, but you're gonna get to know FD. You're gonna get to know FD as well tonight too, man. So I had to bring my guy up, man. We've been talking for a minute about collabing. And we finally got the collab, and what a perfect day to collab with my guy. He just made 600,000, man. Let's give it up for Crypto Face, man. He just made over $500,000 as usual, man. So let's bring my man Face up. What's up, Face? How you doing, brother?
Man, it's it's always been a dream of mine to, I've never been on Wild and Out before, but at least being on YouTube with my man Nick Cannon,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
you,
It's a pleasure, man. I know you
hey,
got
man.
them kids, man. How you feed all them kids, man?
You know what? When we was on Trading Wars and you said that, I'm like, oh, okay. Then I looked at the picture. I'm like, dang, I do kind of look like Nick Cannon in that picture, man.
Hey,
So
man, but
yeah,
and it's all play. It's all play. He's a good looking dude, man. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
man, no
yeah.
one ever told you you got that Nick Cannon, man. Nick Cannon, man.
Hey, that was the first time, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment since you said it's a compliment, bro. So we go from there, man. What's the deal, though, man? How you feeling? How you feeling about these markets right now?
Oh man. Well, I'll tell you, up and down. Yesterday, obviously, I've kind of taken a break from I take breaks from streaming and stuff. I'll still trade here and there, but before the election, those 3 weeks before the election, I knew volume was a little weird.
Yeah.
I was like, let me lower what's in my account, because whatever's in my account, I'm going to trade it. And I got stung a couple times, like the first week, maybe week and a half, and then on the second half of those 3 weeks, I was able to knock a few out. And I mean, the final day, really, the election day and night were killer again. I mean, it was the same thing for the past the past election, maybe even two elections. God, I've been doing this for almost a decade. Might have been the last two elections. But this the last one was a record-setting trade for me at the time. This one we did I did good. I wanted to do like 100K to 1 mil challenge. And I pretty much almost did it just behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to have a 100K account when now is the time. So I traded that up real good yesterday or Sunday. Entered along pretty much at a top, although I knew it had room to go. Went up a little bit, was up like 100 grand, and then took a 200K loss. And man, I was salty, real salty.
Mm-hmm.
And even this morning, I mean, I was borderline depressed because I was just missing out. There hasn't been any pullbacks. And it's like, man, it's just, it's one of them runs where it's just, at least for today, there's just no pulling back. But I saw a little opportunity, and I'll go ahead and I can share my screen. You want me to just go ahead and do that now, or?
But yeah, before we do that, man, I got so many people in the chat. I want to do a quick little rundown, man. Before we get started, just a real quick rundown. We got Nikki B in the house. How you doing, Nikki B? Clay the Great. He was waiting earlier. That's my guy, Clay. It's too many people. I'm not gonna be able to name everybody, but everybody, I see a lot of new faces over here for Crypto Face. So I'm sure Crypto Face sees a lot of his people, coming through. STL Coin. What's up, Brandon V? Andrew Blumen, if I pronounced that right. Trade Intuition, that's my guy. Joe. We got Alexandra G, the best mod in the house. That's my mod. I'm gonna try to give you a wrench real quick too, Face. Give me a second. Who else we got? Just so many people in the chat. I appreciate everybody for coming over and supporting a smaller creator. I'm smaller. I'm a smaller creator, but I'm telling you, these last 2 months, man, we've been killing it. We have been killing it, and we're gonna
What I
keep
seen,
killing
bro,
it.
you've been trading hella good, and in the last season of Trading Wars, you were, I think you were in there in the end, weren't you, or pretty
Yeah,
close?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. We was in the finals together, man. But I was just going all in, and I think I got down too early, and I was just like,
me
forget
too.
it. Yeah, I
Shit,
was like,
that's what happened to me too. I was up big time on that. I thought I was going to be a 3-timer, and then mind games, But no, this. If you don't know, this is FD White, and I like how this dude trades, and so then, and you seem like a friendly guy. you know. And so, yeah, man, we out here. This was supposed to happen before, you know, but yeah, if you don't follow him, follow him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Alex O, I got to give my guy Alex O a shout out too. You know him. That's the guy. Otter Gang. Put them otters in the chat. So yeah, Face, go ahead, share your screen, man, and then we can get started talking about these markets. We're approaching 90K right now, and looking forward.
And it's tight, boy. I'm telling you, it's
yeah.
gonna be whiplashy. The volume is back, and it ain't always easy. You know, bull trends are not always easy. They can get you clipped and get you in trouble. Right now, what I'm looking at right now, man, I exited like $100-$200 off the top on that trade. I even tweeted, I'm like, man, I'm probably gonna regret this, and that's 2 times in a row where I was like, I'm gonna regret this, and then you know it went down. Granted, if I was still in that damn trade on the first one from a few days ago, oh wait, boy, I wish I could.
Man,
I want to stay in these trades, man. You know, I'm messing up. Normally, I'm supposed to have 2 accounts, one account for swanging and the other account for dicing it up. And man, it's like, God, I want to be in one of those crypto trades where he gets in at the bottom and holds it for months, you know, and makes tens of millions of dollars. You know, man, I would love to just have us a 10, 15 million. Bang! Oh my God, that would be so nice, you know. But it's all good. I'm very thankful, and I'm just glad to recruit my cost from yesterday in the loss. Anyway, so what I was hitting earlier was this is the 10-minute, and I find the 10-minute to be a solid time frame in these trends. This is market ciphers. So these are momentum waves, and I was looking at this and kind of drawing a line like, okay, when momentum, you know, kind of comes down, either if it comes down to this point or even something similar, can a Rayer start coming up? VWAP was coming up. So I hit that long. That was nice. Curvature, outward curvature, super important right now. Just like this VWAP oscillation wave, it's outwardly curved. Boom. And the price came up. And so what I'm looking for to potentially get back in, if I'm going to, is for this VWAP, like this wave, this VWAP oscillation to outwardly curve, come up, not inwardly curve, or else, you know, an inward curve comes back down, but an outwardly curve to come back up and kind of go from there. We can take a look at a couple other time frames. The 2-hour VWAP wave is also coming down right now. We are hella thick on the money flow, momentum potentially clipping. Man, this is insane, man. God, I wish I got in at what is 77, man. And the higher the price goes, you know, the lower percentages you get. And so we got to crank that leverage. If I want it, I have to get it. I want it, I have to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So not really looking to short, but never say never. But I would just, I mean, and there could be some real money on them shorts, man. It only takes just a couple of whacks. You know, we've gone up so fast right now, we could really get whacked. And it's probably going to happen at some, I don't know if it now, but this is a hourly curve VWAP, which coming down 2 hours, one of my favorite time frames. So if we can get this VWAPage oscillation to curve back up, that would be nice. What else was I looking at here, man? These weeklies in 2 weeks, you know, shout out to my guy, Black Levin, a week or a couple weeks ago. He kind of pointed out this, this pattern, which we call here, let me zoom out a little bit here. Yeah, okay, here, hang on here. A megaphone, where it looks like a megaphone, you know what I'm saying? And it either goes bam down and or up. You know what I'm saying? And man, this thing came up, and it's about damn time. It's about damn time. I didn't really know what was going to happen this year. I knew that I believed it depended on the election. I believe we'd probably be
100%.
dumping if Kamala won. Some people dispute that, and they could be right. Thankfully, we don't have to know. You know what I'm saying? Certainly, I don't want to go back in time for the past couple days. But so far, the standard things are happening in the markets. And what I mean is, with a Trump win, the stocks are going up, the commodities are going down. If we go to oil since November 7th, here we'll lower the time frame a little bit. I mean, it's like, boom, here it is. It was November 7th, right? So November 7th. And then we had the poll vote, and boom, polls are closed, Trump win, boom. Oil's coming down. That's going to probably keep coming down. Oil down 5%. That should probably keep coming down. Sugar, another commodity. It's sugar's gone up 300% since Joe Biden took office.
Yep.
Oh, the election results are in. Whammy. You know what I'm saying? So my Hershey's chocolate bars should either hopefully lower in price or get larger again. It's probably not. It's hard for a corporation to lower prices or increase their rations, and so we're probably going to see some of those ripple effects for a while. What I am sort of interested in, where I'm a little foggy, would be like gold and precious metals. I do believe that we're never going to see $2,000 again with gold, but I could see that a Kamala win would probably driven the price of gold up, and maybe gold just has a little sell off and starts going up again. I mean, everyone's buying it. There's probably none left. And so, but who cares about all that stuff? We're looking at crypto, and in the immediate short term, I'm not in any trades, but man, there's grass on the field as far as this money flow. It's thick, super thick. And man, we're just going to be looking for these low time frames and trying to catch these ends and not give back not give back the gains. And that's so easy to do, especially with leverage. At least for me, it's real easy to make a bunch of money, get out, get back in, and just boom, it comes quick and it leaves quick. And so I'm thinking about taking the rest of the night off and cooling these jets and seeing what the Chinese do. But man, this is just one of them runs where it seems it's not stopping. And it's like a couple other things here too. For I use these spider lines, which I just call them spider lines, but really what they are just trend lines drawn from a previous bear market or bear trend down. And then on the first local top pivot, we draw these lines, and it gives us charted territory in uncharted territory, which is basically where we are right now. And I mean, we're at 95,000 for the next kind of target. Above that's 100K in what I call the OG spider lines. So these ones were set from the dump in 2018, right? We've been using these since Bitcoin was over 20,000, and they worked amazingly. But there's confluence here in where we have next stop 100,000. You know what I'm saying? That's a double spider line. So we can probably see some resistance at 100,000. I don't think that's anything crazy to say. You know what I'm saying? What about you, bro? What do you got for us, man?
Man, I mean, it's hard for me right now. Let me actually see if I can.
It's hard after a pump. Everyone always like, what's going to happen next? After a pump, it's like, well, it's really hard unless you're on a microscopic time frame. And so, you should have gotten in. It's if you missed the pump, it's like, well, you missed it. You should have been in already. But let's see what you got, brother.
I mean, it's nothing to really look at to the left. So, I mean, you just got to pull some trend lines from previous highs and extrapolate them up. So, I mean, what I'm looking at right now, I got this trend line that I pulled back from November, the beginning of November. We kept hitting our head, came down, popped up. So now, I mean, I will be looking for a $84,000 Bitcoin, or if we lose that, sort of like how you got some spider lines, but mine are just a lot shorter time frames. And then we have something around 82.5. Ultimately, before we really went crazy today, I was looking I'm like, okay, I want to get this entry here from this symmetrical triangle at about 78. I just pulled this out. We popped up, but I just, like I said, pulled this out and just made it a little bit longer just in case we came back down, and I had around 78 to 79K. So the thing is, though, we haven't had any pullback. So my PTSD, my crypto PTSD always kicks in. Like, we haven't built any structure. We're just going up, 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 up. FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. So I am looking for a pullback. How deep or when we'll get that pullback is yet to be seen. So it's hard. It's definitely hard, but I'm really not trading Bitcoin. I'm really looking at these altcoins, and I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance. Let me go over to Bitcoin dominance.
What's that?
Let's take a look.
Now's the time. Normally, I don't care about Bitcoin dominance and all that shit, but now, like with a move like this, man, altcoins are going to be pistoning, man. Just, oh my God.
Yeah. So, I mean, let me go to the daily, and then we can see what I'm looking at. So I had a path drawn out for us to get a major altcoin season. So we came up to about this 60.5 level, got this retrace. When we got this retrace down to this level here at about 58.6, this is when altcoins went bananas. So now we're getting a little bounce back above 60. I want to see around 65, 63 to 65. That's what I really want to see. So I want to see Bitcoin take all the shine. I want to see Bitcoin take all the liquidity for the most part. Of course, it'll magnetize and bring the altcoins up with it as it goes up. But I really want to see Bitcoin go up. It's been in this trend for a very long time. Back.
So
this
Bitcoin
is like
dominance is like always going up. Is there? Is this like all-time high for dominance on Bitcoin?
So for the most part, it goes up and then it goes down. Once it goes down, that's altcoin season. And then we had this. This is like when Bitcoin dominance bottoms out. This is when altcoin season is really like fire. So we see this is June, July, August, September 21. We remember what happened in the end of 2021. This is when altcoins went bananas. So we were down up to about 40% at Bitcoin dominance. Then we entered the bear market, and then Bitcoin dominance started to creep back up, creep back up, creep back up, creep back up. Now what we're looking for is some type of rollover. So my rollover would be hitting the top of this trend line somewhere about 62 to 64, maybe 65%, maybe even higher, and then rolling back over. Just history shows us that. So my altcoin season, my true altcoin season is coming in low 50s to the high mid 40s. If something like this happens, we're going to see major runs in altcoins. So this is the path that I want to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm thinking Bitcoin is. I've been in crypto since 2020, and I remember all those runs we had and all those crazy runs. And I don't remember a day like this. I really can't remember. Maybe we did have one, but I cannot remember a day like this where it's just like every time I look at the chart, we're up another $1,000. So now, like we saw, we get a nice little pullback. So I'm just watching Bitcoin dominance. Once this breaks this trend, I'm gonna be watching this trend. Once this breaks this trend here, I think we go bananas in altcoins. And altcoins have been moving, but they haven't been moving like they can move. And this is going to be.
When did you get into crypto, bro? When did you start getting into this?
So I got into crypto 2020 when the pandemic started. I was watching, I was tired of watching HBO, tired of, walking around the house, looking at my family. I'm like, I got to do something else, man. They getting on my nerves. I got to do something, but luckily, man, I got into the stock market. I'm like, dang, 7%. I'm straight on it. I'm 7%, not that, Then I learned how to trade through Forex, but I really didn't get into trading until like the end of the bull run. But then I watched a Da Vinci video somewhere in between there to buy Bitcoin for $1, went down a rabbit hole, and the rest is history, man. So that's pretty much my story, man. And what I'm really looking at, man, for altcoins is I'm just like these strong altcoins. What are you doing with altcoins today? I know I'm always seeing you trading Bitcoin, you trade Ethereum sometimes. I've seen you trade Ethereum a lot last cycle too. Because I watched you all last cycle as well, man. We was riding around the car. Bumping buy low, sell high. So I'm that old. I've been around since then. So I've been seeing you trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. But what about these altcoins? What is you making a lot of money with Bitcoin? But what about these altcoins? How are you positioning yourself, or are you positioning yourself when it comes to these
Well,
altcoins?
you know, boy, it's crazy how hindsight is such a perfect vision. And golly, if we could only have like 5 times in our lives where we could just rewind time, man, all you really need is a couple of 5, you know. Um, so you know, my little brother, man, he made the right move in as far as like holding a spot position. ETH is really where it's at. Like instead of holding a bunch of Bitcoin or something else, you know, it's fine. But man, if you're really trying to get them gains on a spot holding position and you're able to get in, you know, before a real run, Ethereum is like, God, it's the way to go. And so shout out to him. I know he just moved, you know, damn near the whole pie into Ethereum. And so Ethereum's probably up 30%, 40% in 5 days. And so what you were saying the last time, you haven't really seen a move like this with Bitcoin. So in the past 2 days, we've gone up 15%. Man, we used to get this shit all the time back in the day, up and down and all the way around. Or a couple times a year where there was like a 20% move. But the higher the price gets, you know, the lower percentage $1,000 move is. You know, if you take, let's say 85 to 86, that's 1.34%. But if we go down to, let's say 55 to 56, you know, that's 2%, you know. And when you're throwing leverage in there, that's like a 30-40% difference. So the more the higher the price goes, the bigger, like the more money we can move up. I mean, it was only like a 20% move from 86, where were we, 80 something thousand to 95, 13%, you know, to 100K, it's probably barely 20%, if that, not even. And so I'm not surprised that we're seeing bigger cash moves. And so the percentages are lower though. So that's why sometimes pullbacks are nice when you're long in, because it's like, ooh, you know, I'm getting a lot more, but it's also more dangerous. So but with altcoins, you know, it's a tricky game. Typically I like to like go kind of ham in 3, 4, 5 of them. Man, Crow is certainly a star. I think that's gone buku bananas for I don't know how long here, 200% in the last week. Crow, man, I mean, these guys, dude, there was a time where I had $1 million worth of Crow. It was like 90 something cents, and it started going down, and I was like, I'm gonna hold this shit through the bear market. Thank God I changed my mind literally the next day, because man, that had a hell of a pullback. But it's coming back nice. I'm not saying it's gonna go back up to 95 cents or $1, but this has been looking amazing on the money flow, beautiful money flow coming up. And they have a, you know, real use case. They're first off, they survived. Everyone was eyeing them to go down as the next FTX, Celsius, McCluskey, and Shitter Cardano, but they're pulling through. They made it through, and they're still here. Shit, I need one of them cards myself. And so you know, Crow, probably a good one. And besides that, man, I mean, shit, we're waiting for pullbacks. How's Pepe doing? I don't know if these altcoins are really moving. You know, the slightly older memes like Pepe, I don't know if they're moving as much. Gosh, what about Fett? How's Fett doing? Yeah, they're doing all right. Math, how's Math doing? I think that was one that's been super pumping. A little dead. I mean, you're an altcoin guy, right? I mean, I really don't trade altcoins because I can't really get that. I can't get that big action. on altcoins. And even if I could, man, it's that's dangerous stuff, and it's already dangerous enough as it is. I don't know, man. What is there, like 3 or 4 altcoins that I should take a look at for my portfolio?
So I go by sector. So I've been looking at the sectors that have been performing the best this cycle, this run. So of course meme coins, but meme coins is darn near gambling. You know what I mean? So I literally just put I think I put like $10 or $15 in a meme coin yesterday. Woke up, it was like $100. I just put it in there because I didn't want to hold it in nothing else no more. I just put it in. It was Peanut the squirrel, and I woke up and it was it was like at $100. So meme coins and the AI. So the AI sector, I'm gonna give people a little bit of alpha. Shout out to Forrest over at Sistine Research, man. AI agents, these AI agents. So if you haven't heard about, I can't remember the one that created or started pumping GOAT. GOAT was the meme coin, the AI meme coin. But these AI agents are coming around, and a lot of people saying this is going to be the new NFT wave, like NFTs were in 2021, 2020, 2021. These AI agents, people are going to be making these AI agents, and they're going to have coins associated with these AI agents. So be looking out for that. But for the most part, I don't think it's not really like 2 or 3. Like, of course, like the ones everybody talking about right now, Sui. I mean, I told everybody on my channel, you can go back a month. I told everybody at 10 cents, I said, go all in on Dogecoin because the stars are going to align. Elon Musk, everything is going to align, I think. And now, that came to fruition. So Ethereum is my biggest bag. So I've been holding Ethereum since 2020, the end of 2020, early 2021. And I'm just in it. I'm rinsing and repeating right now. I'm rinsing and repeating. I'm not playing a whole lot of leverage with these meme coins, or with these altcoins. I'm really finding some that are not really breaking support yet, like macro supports. When they break it, flip. I'm a flip and retest type trader. So when they retest, I'm off to the races. And this is the environment where those break and retests, man, are money. So I'm trying to just find it. I'm scouring all day trying to find that. But I like coins like Ondo. It's a real world asset. I like Time Coin. I like AVAX, especially if the gaming narrative comes back around. Let me see, what else do I like? Let me go through my list. It's so many face, man. I can't even it's so many that's on my radar. You know what I mean? So I can't really just pinpoint a couple. Those are the ones that I hold that I just named. But for the most part, I'm rinsing and repeat. So if I get in something, if it 2, 3, 4x, I'm out. I'm trying to find the next 2, 3, 4x. I'm out. Or if you do 2 10x's, that's 100x. So that's another thing. Like people want to hold these to these 100x's. I'm like, just get 2 10x's. That's 100x. You're trying to 10x your money. I mean, you're trying to 100x your money. People get too caught up in these cults and these coins, and they don't want to, sell and whatnot. I'm trying to 100x my money. So 2 10x's. So I just got it. It just depends on the market condition. And right now it's up only. So I'm just waiting on these altcoins to start going nuts, man. Alex O said, Face is a real one. We appreciate you, homie. Alex O, Otter Gang, man. What's up, man? Let me go through the.
Oh, yeah, he just invited me to his trade group today, so I'm going to be looking forward to stealing some of his trades and pretending that they're mine and giving them to my people. Do you got a trade group, man?
I need one. I could have been making a lot of money these past 2 months, man. But I haven't. It's hard for me to build a community.
It's stressful as hell, bro.
Oh man, it's stressful,
and it's like it's you. First off, a lot of these decisions, especially in a time like this, you're talking. You got seconds to get in between 80,500 and 81,000. And then what are you doing now? What are you in now? Are you still in it? And it's like, man, you want the best for the people. And it is not an easy thing to do. It's almost like shit, man, maybe copy trading, but with copy trading, you can't really get any action off on that too. You're limited so much. If you're running it, you make a lot of money. Like when people copy trade you, whether they win or lose, you do get paid. That's for damn sure. The feed and all that shit. But running if you are a good trader, especially like the altcoin stuff. There is such a big market for altcoin trade groups and stuff like that, or any trade groups, trading in general. Man, I knew I should have got in on Doge. I knew, actually all the dog coins are being carried with Doge. Doge, Shiba Inu, and then there's another shit coin called Samo. That's a Samoyed shit coin. They piss me off. I try to talk to them on Twitter. I'm like, dude, I have a Samoyed. I'm probably without sounding like a douche, the biggest guy on YouTube that's even talking about your shit. You won't even respond to my message. And so I dumped their shit. I said, screw your token. I got rid of it and I lost 30 grand. But yeah, all the dog coins are doing good.
Yeah.
So, man, Doge is popular to the mainstream. Doge is like the new Litecoin.
There you go. Exactly. And that was one of my reasons why I was so bullish, faces, because I'm still bullish on it, because I'm starting to see, like, I go, look at my normie friends over on Facebook and whatnot, and now they're starting to talk about like Dogecoin and these type of coin, Bitcoin. They don't know about all these other coins that we're talking about every day, all day. They just know about a few: Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. So I think if the masses really start to come back in droves, Dogecoin is a household name. Everybody in America, everybody in the world knows about Dogecoin, man. So Bitcoin, they're gonna look at Bitcoin like, oh, 100,000. I'm not buying that. That's too much. They don't know how percentages work, I guess. So they're gonna jump into like the next best thing that they know, which is Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. I know some people know Pepe. I think Pepe is gonna have a nice little run again. So we'll see, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the next few months. I'm excited to see what happens within these next few months. See if I can give me a nice little chunk of change within these next couple months, man. So
yeah, I mean, Doge is almost at its all-time high, my lordy. And it's one thing we see on every single cycle is I actually just had a friend of mine, popular guy. He's pretty much a celebrity, but he messaged me trying to get this one token. And, he's like, I went on Coinbase and it wasn't there. And I sent him his wallet and it didn't work. And it's like, fuck, well, you got to download this wallet and make it mad and do this and swap and shit on it. And it's like, man, if it's not on Coinbase, it's really hard for, your average person that doesn't do this shit all the time. It's hard for me. I have struggles with these shit coins. I just got like my first Solano token, RTR, and thankfully that was a lot easier. Phantom wallet. I downloaded my Phantom wallet and I got that done. I got a trustable swapping site for Solano. I'm new to the Solano shitcoin ecosystem. But man, if you're a normal guy, man, damn, I should have bought some Doge, because I know Doge can handle some liquidity. It still looks good. Money flow coming up, RSI's gaining strength. When an RSI is topping out, that doesn't mean it's going to come down. It means it's strong. You know what I'm saying? It means it's hella strong, especially when it's in confluence with other things. If it's a bear market, it's a different story. But I mean, depending on what other indications are showing, but man, this shit is crazy. And so I guess it's going to be, as of now, so far, I mean, it's been 2 days and we're just going ham. It's been 4 days since the election, and hopefully it carries over to 2025. Hopefully this keeps on going. Hopefully this shit goes to $200,000 Bitcoin. It's like, gosh, if it goes up so much, and it's like how much more can it go? Even though it's only 15%. I mean, we've gone up to $20,000 almost, Yeah. So, and dude, the ETFs buy the top. I buy tops. I bought Bitcoin at 69,000. It was the first time I took my money and paid for anything rather than like earned it or traded it. And man, I bought that 69K top the first time that we got there. And so I mean, there is retail that is powering in through ETFs. And shit, I'm one of them. And so is old man Harry that calls his Charles Schwab guy and says he wants a piece of that or the whole pie.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Face. Do you take into account any type of news or any type of like events that's going on in the world into your analysis? Because everybody who bring you on the channel, I'm gonna ask you some questions people ain't asking, man. Just so be ready. We got a few more minutes. I'm gonna ask you some questions, man. So do you take into account some of these like, oh goodness, somebody's bombing this guy, somebody's the data came out, the job numbers is this, unemployment is that. How is Crypto Face looking at this when he sees this, or is he even looking at it?
So fundamental analysis is a real thing. The problem with fundamental stuff is unless you're on the inside, unless you're getting inside information, by the time you hear it, it's too late. When bombs drop, you're pretty much too late. And when the news, because sometimes it's like, okay, Iran's gonna bomb Israel or some shit. And I mean, I guess you may have like a day or a half a day where, maybe, but not the number one fundamental thing that I trade is the election, which is once every 4 years. And then I guess you could say the PPI, CPI stuff, the rate cuts. And, you really, with fundamental stuff, it's a much more of a guessing game. Especially when, with the election, it's like, we don't know who's going to win, but I have a pretty solid, very, very, very solid idea of what's going to happen. When a Democrat wins, commodity prices, if everything goes up, gas and beans and sugar. Trump won, so commodities go down. Oil, sugar, all that stuff's already started to go down. So, it's not, it's only this or it's only that. There is a blend, but fundamental analysis is, it's rare where I'll make a big play off of it because number one, you don't know when that shit's going to happen. And number two, an election, a U.S. election's only every 4 years, but that shit certainly does matter. Sure does matter. Sometimes more than others. More than others. That's for damn sure.
Definitely. So I ain't gonna keep you too long, bro. I do got one more question for you, and we can elaborate on it a little bit. Where's the top? Where's the top? Where are we going, Face? Where are we going? That's what the people want to know. I usually don't give predictions, but I think I'm gonna give a prediction after you give one, or if you give one. And I just want to hear. I'm bringing a lot of people on the channel who have a lot of alpha, who've been in the space, who made a lot of money in the space. So I definitely want to get your take on this right here.
Well, damn. It's hard with this logarithmic stuff. So, someone asked me the other day, he's like, if everything goes perfectly and we have another bull run, what do you think the top might be? Shit, I said 120,000, and just really, I got no idea. There was really one time in particular, which was in 2020, the price of Bitcoin was $8,000. And through all my charting and everything, my confidence and prediction was April, May 2022, Bitcoin will be at 45,000. 2 years goes by. Actually, we went up to 60K, but come April, May of 2022, boom, target hit. And that was when I was confident in. Where it could go now, man, I don't have the slightest idea, especially when we're talking logarithmic shit. Like you can take, percentage guesstimations of, okay, this bottom we went up 9,600%. And then this bottom was 1,800%. So what is that? 2 out of 10, 1/5. What's 1/5 of 1,800? 400 or 500% ish. You know what I'm saying? So what's that? That would be 96,000, 100K. we're right there too. So we're gonna hit 100K, and then shit's hitting the fan. Shit's hitting the fan.
I hope not, man. I hope not, because I have some targets that are a little bit, not too much higher, because I'm seeing people calling for like 300 already. Like, slow, pump your brakes, pump your brakes.
Ain't no one got no damn idea. I mean, it's all for clickbait.
Nobody
shit.
has an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I knew, but I don't. But I don't know. What are you thinking? If I had to guess, man, I would say somewhere in the low hundreds, mid hundreds. I got no idea, bro. You never know. What do you think?
So, I mean, from just a pattern standpoint, I'm just pulling this huge flag that we started. When is this? At the beginning of September in 2023. This is when we started that uptrend from about 25K to our top here in May at about 74, almost 75K. I'm just, like I said, I'm extrapolating it up here, and then I'm getting 120, around 115 to 120. So 115, 120, if we just blast up there, I feel like it depends time too. It time too, because I am factoring in other things in the economy starting in like Q2 next year, but I'm not making any like super predictions. But it also goes with time. So if the stars align and we just start getting to like 100, 115, 120, like early Q1, I feel like we can go significantly higher. But if we start to stall out, and then Q1 comes January, February, and we're still stalling around maybe 100, 115, I think that'll be the time when we have to like reevaluate. So right now it's an up only market, and I'm just riding it. I'm just gonna ride it until it can't be ridden anymore, man. To be completely honest with you, and like I said, I'm gonna be waiting for that Bitcoin dominance to start to roll over, and then I'm gonna position myself. And I've been telling a lot of people, like a lot of people have been hitting me up, and I'm like, hey, you're the crypto guy. Like, what should I buy? What should I buy? And I'm like, I mean, I've been talking about it for 2 years. Now you want to listen, but that always happens. That's in any market like that. Yep. So I'm like, you still got time. Like, we're early. The people who are talking about it right now, we're early. If you look at Google Trends just started to tick up again when you Bitcoin search. So I think I'm keeping that Bitcoin dominance on my radar very, very, very much. And then once we do start to get that rollover, I think that's when altcoins are gonna get that massive liquidity intake, and then that'll be the time. Like, you could just enter once the Bitcoin dominance really starts to roll over, and you'll still do well. So it's not really about a timing thing right now, because a lot of these things and a lot of these sectors are going to be rotated anyway. Because we're at the point where Bitcoin is up, and then let's just say Microsoft announces new crypto game, then all crypto gaming is just going to blast off. Or if Amazon incorporates AI into something, and some type of crypto is related, all AI coins are going to blast off. So it just depends, man. You just got to be in tune to the market if you're just not trading. If you really want to catch these moves, you have to. This is like no days off time. So that's just my 2 cents right there. So it's been hard for me to sleep these past couple of days, to be honest with you.
Man, I've been sleeping like a baby, and I'm pissed off. I'm pissed because it's cold, and my dog sleeps with me when we get all snuggly, and it's cold outside. And whatever, like last cycle, where anywhere in the world, I had multiple countries, multiple wherever. When we were out to dinner, you heard people talking about crypto. Every table with 4 fucking goons that were sitting there, we're talking about Litecoin or some crypto. And that happened for about 2 to 4 months.
Yep.
And I think that's probably around how long a real bull run goes. Sometimes there's like startup time where we don't really know, like we haven't broken an all-time high yet. But when we actually like break an all-time high, I feel like we got like 3 to 4 months, and then it changes. Then we probably dump and then come back up, revisit the top, or every top is different. We ain't seen one top that pretty much looks the same. So this next one's probably going to be different too. It's probably going to be a triple top or a quadruple top or, whatever. Yeah, man, definitely got to stick to these small time frames. I'm glued like a chameleon right now. Shit. I mean, look at this volatility, man. This volatility crazy. It's dangerous. It is dangerous, man. So dangerous. But gosh, I just hope everyone does well. And I hope I do well too.
I think you're doing pretty well, man. From the looks of it, I think you're doing pretty well, man. So from the outside in, man. But like I said, man, we've been talking for a minute. And it's not even really been about crypto. Some of it we just been talking, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that. Some of the genuine people that I've come across in crypto, man, you definitely on that list. So
Thanks,
I'm
man.
sure we'll run across each other in person soon. I'm probably gonna come to go to Bitcoin conference 2025. It's probably gonna be crazy, especially if Bitcoin is doing things like this. So I'm definitely going to be over there. And yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on, man. I got to get ready for another show at 8:30. Shout out to my guy TradeFly. Everybody over at the Piper Academy, man. We got Crypto Nightcap at 8:30 today over on the Piper Academy channel. So we about to go over there and get it started. We got Magic Internet Money over there today as a guest. So we'll do that, man. Like I said, Face, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. A lot of geniuses. Going to be. It's that time where everyone puts on everyone's a big brain genius.
Right.
Shit, man. I work. Sometimes I feel like, I go hard during a bear or sideways market, and when it's time for a bull run, I'm like, I pass out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to pass out on this one. I want to be here for this one. So it's time to get back in the saddle. Thanks for having me on, bro. We'll definitely do this shit again, man.
Cool. So, right, everybody, I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe on the way out. Make sure you follow me over on Piper Academy. We're about to go over there at 8:30 with TradeFly. We do have a special guest, Magic Internet Money. We'll be over there talking more crypto, more charts. We'll get a little bit more in depth. And appreciate everybody who came, even if you came for Face. Make sure you stay for FD, and I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Have a good night.